Hey guys, I'm here for my monthly Wonderly video! I feel like I should have a separate, like, screen. This week's theme for Wonderly was curate, and I was very confused as to what video I was going to make, and I was like, curate, museum, art gallery. So I asked a friend of mine who actually works in the museum. She was like, well, curate really only means like collection and like putting things together in a collection, and I collect some things. But I thought I would share with you guys one of my favorite collections, and it is my, not necessarily ticket stub, I have some ticket stubs in here, but I have a lot of my photo passes from the last 4 years. And with this collection I have curated, haha, buzzword, curated a playlist of some of the artists that I will be talking about today. They have so many good memories for me, and I just wanted to share with you guys my collection of photo passes and ticket stubs. Well, not the whole thing, because that would be way too long of a video, but I'm going to be sharing some of my favorites. This page is actually like the first full page of photo passes that I have. Okay, well, I'm not actually going to be taking these out of here because they're stuck. I think it's the first ever show I got a photo pass to, and this is when I saw Rooney with Tally Hall and Crash Kings. Oh my god! Almost 4 years ago. Holy crap. I saw them at El Corazon in December of '09, and I took my friend Laura with me, the one I did my best friend Laura, that one. And look at, it's a sticker. That was my first sticker. It was my first sticker! I'm just gonna go with the next one because it also has good memories. When I saw Phoenix, they played at the Showbox Soto, and I actually got it signed by all of them. I got all of them to sign it. You can kind of see all the silver writing on there. It was January of 2010, and I actually went with my friend Renee and my sister and my friend Jen. They had come up from California. They were traveling with them down the coast, basically. And when I saw Phoenix recently, it just gave me all this nostalgic feels, and it just made me remember back to this time. A simpler time. Next one is when I saw Spoon. Spoon at the Moore Theater. And I met Spoon. This story, one of the best stories I have. So I got to the Moore Theater that day, and Renee was actually at this show too. And I went up to the window to get my sticker, and I got this, but then I realized I didn't actually have a ticket with me, so I was like, okay, I need to go back to the window and see if they have a ticket, because that's how it worked at the Moore Theater. You needed a ticket and a photo pass. So I go up there, and they hand me an envelope that has 2 more stickers and my ticket, and I'm like, I already have my sticker. What is this? And I don't know if I have both of them in here. I do. I do have it. Haha! So I had 2 of these. And this says after show. So I got me and Renee into the after party after the concert. So we got to go up backstage. Yeah, I got all of them to sign it. I don't even remember all their names, but they're all so adorable and charming, and I love Spoon. Frickin' love Spoon. That was literally one of my favorite things. I was just having so many I'm not cool enough to be here, I'm not worthy moments at that instance. And I was like, Renee, look what I got us, after show passes, and she's like, fuck yeah! High five. It was amazing. It was so great. Oh my god. Okay. My first time shooting Sasquatch. First Sasquatch. I have all of my wristbands here. I was finally 21 years old, so I got to have my drinking verification wristband, even though I didn't get drunk. But at the end of the weekend, I had this wristband, that one, and that one. I have a lot of these wristbands, and I like to keep them on my wrist for as long as I possibly can, because these things don't rip very easily. This magical witchcraft paper that doesn't rip. I saw the Mountain Goats, I saw Jury Projectors, I saw Vampire Weekend that year. Vampire Weekend's actually coming back, so there will be some of those people on the playlist. Next one, okay, best time of my life. Okay, where are you? Still have these. These look totally jank, and I realize that this is disgusting. This was when I saw We Are Scientists in 2010, when I went to Seattle, Portland, and San Francisco for the entire West Coast tour. For the last tour that they did, and I called it the Wuztravaganza. I made a couple of videos on my old channel. I'll put links to them here if you feel like watching them. They're very long and kind of gratuitous. This was my ticket from when I saw them in San Francisco at Slim's. So if any of you guys live in San Francisco, I've been here. It was good times. I was literally there for a day and a half. I drove down on like a Thursday, we saw them on a Friday, and we left on a Saturday. So all we really got time to do was go to Amoeba and drive over the Golden Gate Bridge. So that was a short trip, but it was one of my favorite trips of all time. I don't know if this is the first time I did Bumbershoot, but the pass looks like this. It's my favorite. And what I loved about our tickets is that they said $0 on them. There were no dollars. It was awesome. I don't remember who played this year. This might have been the year I saw Bob Dylan. I honestly don't know. I'll go look and make sure. I love Bumbershoot, but I think I love Sasquatch more. So this is when I first did Music Fest Northwest, when I saw the Decemberists. And Music Fest is actually really cool. It's kind of like South by Southwest, where you basically just get a wristband to go into any venues within the city, and there's not like stages outside. It's not like a special setup. That's when I saw Mahna for the first time. Oh, love, for the love of God. That's when I saw Mahna for the first time. And I had one of the best shows I'd ever seen in my life. I also saw Panda Bear that year too. Oh, Noah Lennox. Fuck, I love that guy. Okay, this is a good one. I shot Arcade Fire at the Key Arena. That was pretty cool. That was 3 years ago. I had actually seen Matt and Kim the day before, like the day before this. I drove up to Seattle 2 days in a row. I had requested for this show like a month before, and I didn't think I was gonna get it because my friend Dave had to use his Amazon credentials to get it, so I was like, I'm not gonna shoot Arcade Fire. I write for a lowly blog that barely gets any readers. So I had just like given up the fact that I was gonna shoot Arcade Fire. I was like, it's worth a shot. I get the Matt and Kim thing, I shoot their show, I met them, they're really nice, they gave me hugs, they're so genuinely awesome. And the next day I got an email that said, your ticket will be at Will Call, AF is on at 7. And I completely forgot. It was weeks before, and I was like, okay, what is this? I don't know what's happening. And so 5 minutes later I realized, holy shit, AF stands for Arcade Fire. Oh my god, I am shooting Arcade Fire tonight. And so I literally had like 2 hours notice, and I drove up and I shot it, and it was beautiful, and oh, still some of my favorite pictures I've ever taken. The next one is actually this nice, disgusting wristband. When I saw Hey Marseille for a Halloween show, actually, I clearly left this on for a very long time. But I remember so many of them had great, great Halloween costumes. Jacob was dressed up as Elton John with like elevator shoes and everything, and Matt had on like superhero clothes with like his tighty whities on the outside and like a face mask and a cape. But Sam's Halloween costume was the greatest Halloween costume, because he was wearing like this tweed jacket and like a gray turtleneck, and he's like, if anybody can guess what my Halloween costume is, I will give you money. And so one guy shouted out one name, and I don't remember what it was, but he was wrong. And then another guy was like, Carl Sagan. And that was his Halloween costume. Sam was Carl Sagan, and it was the greatest thing. Yeah, I have more Sasquatch wristbands. This was when they added an extra day when the Foo Fighters played, so that was an out-of-body experience, and I cried. I have set lists too. This was when I saw Builders and the Butchers. They're a good band. I like them. Came from the C, they put Came from the P. Shortway Home, but they put Shortway Moan. I love Builders and the Butchers. This is when I saw the Drums. I like the Drums. I don't have that many set lists. I feel like I should have more, but I don't. And then this is when I saw Lostlander. I don't remember which one this was. I think I have 2 of their set lists. I feel like I should just have an entire collection of Lostlander set lists because I've seen them so many times. This show, they actually played a really awesome Bruce Springsteen cover, which I actually have a video of on my All Music channel, which I'll put a link to below, because it's an awesome song and an awesome cover, even though the sound is kind of blown out because my camera audio sucks. I love Lostlander, and I love having these. I actually have some lanyards that I found that have good memories attached to them. That's VidCon. I don't want the VidCon one, even though Daily Grace drew a penis on mine. This was the very first Deck the Hall Ball that I shot, and we got like a legit lanyard that's all laminated and stuff. Oh, I touched Jared Leto that year. I touched Jared Leto. That was a thing that happened. Jordan Catalano! This was the next year, 2010. I got 2 of them for some reason. I got a media pass and a photo pass, though none really like counteracted the other one. Like, I just got to wear 2. I looked pretty legit and like a famous person. This year was Sleigh Bells and Broken Bells and Cake and Jimmy Eat World. That was a good year too. I didn't go in 2011 because I was in Australia, but this last year, I actually had this but no photo pass. So it was kind of a clusterfuck mix-up because I got to shoot the first 2 bands and then they realized I didn't have a photo pass, so I only got to shoot Joy Formidable and Of Monsters and Men, and then I just got to go sit and enjoy the rest of the show, which was fine, because really the band I wanted to shoot this year was The Killers, and they're all a bunch of divas and they don't let anybody shoot them except like Brandon Flowers' cousin. I just have a collection of lanyards that I still hang on my door like 3.5 years later because I'm a nerd. So with these, I have curated a Spotify playlist, if you have Spotify. I know a lot of people have Spotify. And I've also curated a YouTube playlist of videos that I'll put a link to right here. I am just overusing the word curate because I finally figured out what it meant and how I could use it. If you haven't checked out Wonderly yet, I highly suggest you do because there's so many smart and thoughtful and lovely and amazing women on Wonderly, and I'll put a link to a couple of the other girls' curate videos from this month. We've definitely taken the theme in lots of different directions, and I guess that's the idea of the themes, is that they're really open-ended and you kind of do whatever you want with them. Really can't think of anything else to say. So, I will see you guys when I see you. Bye!